What's going on, folks? Welcome to episode 99. Late to the party.
Yeah.
Once was gone, but now it's back. Was blind, but now it sees. And we are doing my personal favorite Christmas movie of all time. Some people say it's not a Christmas movie. They are wrong. It is Die Hard. Die Hard. It is 1988. NYPD officer tries to save his wife and several others taken hostage by German terrorists during a Christmas party at the Nakatomi Plaza in Los Angeles. This has got a 8.2 out of 10 on IMDb, 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 4.1 out of 5 on Letterboxd, whatever the hell Letterboxd is. Get right into it. The argument, and I'm gonna go in the order. I'll go counterclockwise according to the screen that I see. Fluff and stab. I hope you guys don't mind me doing that. It works better than calling you guys both Josh Scott. Josh Scott's iPhone. Like Fluff and Scott. Fluff and Scott. Fluff and stab. All right, listen, Josh. Is this a Christmas movie?
Yes. Why? Because it says it in the movie. What's your favorite quote?
It's Christmas, Theo. It's a season of miracles, so be of good cheer.
There you go, right there. It's a Christmas movie, and Josh explained it. The debate is over. There's Christmas trees, there's Christmas lights, there's Christmas music. There's a Christmas bear for his kid.
There's a Christmas
There's
party.
a Christmas party. There's
Does everybody get together? I mean, when do you get everyone together? Do they have like Arbor Day parties where they get everybody coming from New York and stuff? I don't think so. Fuzzy?
Goddamn right, this is Christmas, dude. This is Christmas as it gets. I think they should make Christmas cards and say yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Because that's the new way of saying Merry Christmas, dude. That's what I say.
That's right.
Mo, what do you say?
Fuzzy.
Yeah, definitely a Christmas movie, man. Christmas themes, Christmas, they're talking about Christmas all the time. Oh, it's all about Christmas, the whole movie.
Yeah, keep in mind that although I object to this on a personal level, John McClane does say Jesus Christ about 100 times in the movie. So there you go.
It's a Christmas
Definitely
movie.
about Christmas.
It's gotta be a Christmas movie, right?
Okay, I went down the rabbit hole a little bit on this one, and this movie took a lot of moving pieces and a lot of liberties to make this happen. And at the time when it was made, Bruce Willis, this was his breakthrough role as a movie star, and he was coming from moonlighting with Sybil Shepherd. And
love that show.
Yeah, he did well there. He had his notoriety there, but movie stars don't always cross over well from television. So it was definitely a gamble. And I mean, the script wasn't even like, they were like coming up with things as they were going, and it was just it was a beautiful hodgepodge that just came together perfectly, in my opinion. When you look at trying to cut any type of fluff from the movie, you think about some point in the movie where something can be removed. I just haven't seen it. And the funny thing was, my wife came in and started watching the movie with me while I was watching it, and she was like, hon, I've never seen this movie from the very beginning to the end before, but I feel like I've seen it like 50 times. And it's that movie. It's one of those movies where you're flipping through the thing. Oh shit, Die Hard's on, and you just watch Die Hard.
Yeah, I've never seen the whole movie. This was probably my time seeing it the whole way through.
Really, dude?
Yeah, honestly, I've never.
Wow.
I've seen clips of it, and I've seen parts of it, and I know of it because the Family Guy, the one scene where Ryan comes out in the middle of their talking between Carl Winslow and fucking the detective. That's what I call the whole movie. It's like a prequel to Carl Winslow Family Matters.
Well, I'm like, that's a movie that I think, like, you know, like again, just me being jaded, I guess, dude. Like, I'm like, that's just part of Americana. It's like, you know, how we all know fucking A Christmas Story, we all know Die Hard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things. Like, I've always assumed everyone has seen that movie. Wow, dude. Okay, so I can't wait to hear your review.
And if you want to be shocked a little bit, just to get off topic, I've never seen The Godfather either.
Hey, you know what though, Doc? It took me. I just saw it for the first time 2 years ago. So I'm with you, dude. Like I always thought, but let me tell you, that movie fucking rocks, dude. That's a good one. But yeah, another day, another dollar.
All right. So, what are your thoughts on? Let's see the antagonist in this movie. I personally feel that the main villain in this movie is bitch ass Ellis.
I've never been so happy to see a man get shot in the face.
Well, just think about it, right? Like Hans and his cohorts, there is some logos to what they're doing, right? They're professional thieves. You're like, you know what? There's lots of thieves in the world. I can see why somebody would be a thief. You know, they're militarily trained. They're doing their thing. But Ellis is just a bitch ass. Like, if the world were free of Ellises, he's like Ellis and Mr. Pecker from Ghostbusters. They're like a dime a dozen. Those guys.
Peck.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm going to go ahead and take the opposite view, Nate. I actually think that Ellis is the unsung hero of this film. Because you have to think about his situation. He is by nature a coward, right? He's also someone that clearly lacks a lot of self-confidence. He's always preying upon other dudes' wives, and he's doing lines of coke on the side just for fun. And he does it basically right. He does it right in front of his boss. You know, he's a complete crap show. But then, in the middle of it all, he wants to be the hero. He's going to try and save the day. So he does a couple of snorts and walks into the den of lions to face Hans Gruber. And in doing so, he doesn't give up the most important piece of information, which is that Holly is John's wife. He actually pins the relationship on himself, putting himself at risk. Now, maybe he was full of a little bit too much gusto. Maybe he thought he was, you know, he could actually negotiate his way out. He thought he was Donald Trump or something.
Hans, I'm your white knight.
Yeah, it turns out that he was in fact a white knight. Maybe he was trying to get it with Holly, but he was in fact the white knight in this tale. Yeah,
that's an interesting take.
Yeah, no, that's a good take. I honestly think the bad guy in this movie is fucking Gravity, because everyone fucking seems to be against gravity. They fall off roofs, they fall off fucking stairs and shit. Like, dude, it was awesome. Like, again, my opinion of this movie is amazing. I've always loved Die Hard, but like after rewatching it again for the umpteenth time, I just started laughing to myself. I was like, fuck, dude. When people fall down chutes, they fall off the roof, they fall off. Everyone, Gravity's the worst person in this movie, dude. Like, shit.
Downstairs.
That's the best one. But they, like, those scenes like that, I think what makes this movie, besides the fact that, you know, it's a fun movie, like it is a fun movie, but it was one of the first movies that there isn't a muscle-bound guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just a dude. He's just a fucking guy that's stuck in a shitty situation. Like, those are my favorite characters. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, I love James Bond, you know, Superman, all that shit. But when you tell me a story about just some regular guys and they get stuck into some shit and they have to figure out how to do it, like, to me, that's where comedy comes from. Like, you know, like that's where the shit, like the stuff happens, where you get those amazing scenes and stuff.
That's right. John McClane is
like
he's the everyman. He's the everyman.
They're the ballerina dancer's doing kung fu to his ass, dude, and John's just fucking giving him the 1-2 into the guts, dude, like just hitting him, and it ain't even budging when the guy just
he was talking shit the whole time too. It's like,
or even down to like and it's the little things that make it like I always I tell people when you're writing a script about something like that, like your hero's always got to be up against stuff, even if it's just something simple as someone shooting out the glass and you're barefoot and you got to walk across the glass, so now your feet are all cut up, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's not that big, but yeah, it's gonna be a bitch to run from a bad guy if you got fucking blisters and cuts all over your feet, you know what I mean? Like just those little things add, and as it builds up, you know what I mean? He's still like, you know, he's on the roof and they're about to blow the fucking thing away, and he just looks kind of like, oh fuck, dude, I swear I'll never go into another building again. Like, you know, and he jumps up. You're just like, you're with him. You're just like, I'd be the same fucking way. Like, fuck, we're gonna die. Let's jump. Like, I love it. Like, I love this. I love these movies.
Well, and it's a bunch of these bad guys, and you're just like, normally when you have a group of bad guys like this in movies, they don't ever give any real personalities to some of them. And this one, yeah, you're gonna have Hans and Carl and like the brother situation. I mean, at the very beginning of the movie, like you have the brother going in and he's doing his thing, and like the other brother comes in and he's fucking with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like brothers would do. I'm like, that's CJ and that's Josh and his brother. That's CJ and Josh right there. Unfortunately, Josh is the one that dies first. But what are you gonna do? You know, and then you have, you know, the Marco guy where he's like, oh shoot, you know, and then was it Uli or something like that? The Asian guy, and like he's there.
He's Endo. He's Endo. No matter what you do, he's Endo.
Okay,
yeah.
But he's there to steal $640 million. And when he gets ready, when the cops come, he looks both ways. Oh shit! I hope nobody sees. I'm gonna steal some candy bar out of it. You're like, what the fuck?
I was just gonna say that's my favorite part.
It's just stuff. Exactly, it's stuff like that. That like, and then yeah, just there's little things like this in that movie for everybody's character. Even Powell, when he's like watching his boss, and he's just got his hand on his chin, and he's just like, yeah. Like you would do that to your boss as they're talking and chit-chatting during a meeting or something. You're just like, fucking get to the point, you jackass. You know what I mean? It's just
it's all about the like Fratelli. With the unsung hero of this movie is the Fratelli brother. Dude, that dude is badass, dude. Like he fucking, the way he's like, he goes, when they're flying, you know, in the helicopter, and he's like, it feels like we're fucking numb. You know, it's all excited. I was like, I love this guy too, dude. Like, he's awesome. I love that. Now I'm always, every time he pops up, I'm always like, the Fratellis.
All right, favorite scene, Mo?
You know, the whole movie was good. It never, I can't pick out a good the favorite scene. You know, it was exciting from beginning to end. It had a real good storyline. It was awesome, man. I just saw it maybe not 2 hours ago. So, I maybe gotta watch it again, but definitely holds up still to this day. Like, you can go back and watch it.
I still one of my, again, like it just, to me, a perfect movie, dude, is a hero that doesn't always have the answers. You know what I mean? Like he's always up against something. He's always going, I mean, even down to like where he's going down the elevator shaft. You know what I'm saying? He's putting himself down little by little, and you're just like, oh, okay, he's doing it. And all of a sudden, oh shit. And then he falls and he tries to catch. You're like, oh, he's gonna catch. Nope, he keeps going further down, and then he catches himself. And you're like, oh shit, like there's danger there. You know what I mean? You actually can feel for this guy. So there's too many scenes to fucking say that, Darren Graham. Even the table scene where the guy's on the table and he's fucking shooting at John, you know.
Next time you have a chance to kill somebody.
Thanks for the advice. As he fucking fires off like 3 rounds into his balls. I'm like, dude, this is badass. Like, they're like, again, dude, like I've seen it a million times, but every time I see it, it's like the first time. Like that's how good that movie is. You know what I mean? Because you forget.
Carl definitely have that bromance relationship going on like right away.
Yeah, they come out and they stare at each other to give that long, loving look at each other. That's probably one of the little, you know, little bit of that in there. But you know, hey, it's okay. Without this movie, we would not have one of the pure shows of the '90s, Family Matters. I'm just saying, dude. You know, there would be no Carl Winslow. There would be no Urkel without fucking Die Hard. Die Hard started it all, baby.
That's the thing with this movie is that it was like Bruce Willis's kind of breakout performance. This is the movie that put him,
Carl Winslow.
Winslow, that put him on the map. He went from like kind of like bit part movies and TV parts to doing this movie to then getting his own TV show with Family Matters.
And same with Alan Rickman.
Reginald Vell Johnson.
And Alan Rickman. This was his first real big movie too. I mean, he's been doing some things here and there, but this was his first like big one. He's like, I don't know, I'm gonna do my very first American movie, and it's some cheesy action flick. He's like, I'm not sure about that. And then he kind of read it and he was just like, all right, I think I could do this. I think I can do this. If I can do this, then I can do, you know what I mean? Then this is going to make it what it is.
And he became the quintessential bad guy. Like, he is literally like the guy, you know, when Alan Rickman was in a movie, you knew he was the bad guy. Like, when I saw Dogma, I was a little pissed off that he was not the bad guy. I was like, really? He's not the bad guy? I thought he was going to turn on Kevin Smith and the rest of them. What the fuck? Like, you know, like I was expecting that.
Yeah.
All right. So the lieutenant, he pretty much establishes himself as a douchebag when he takes control of the situation from Carl Winslow. But this movie, in a movie that's full of hilarious one-liners, his one-liner, I think it's his last. No, not his last, because he's still a dick after this. But when the helicopter blows up and he says, "We're gonna have to get some new FBI agents." That was great. That was so good.
What?
It was like he took 1 second to like be one of us, and then he went back to being a dick.
Well, they were saying McTiernan, you know, John McTiernan, the director of it, is a fucking brilliant guy. Like his line of fucking films is just amazing. You know what I mean? Predator, all, you know, everything. Like he is a great director. And when he was saying, I don't remember what documentary it was. It was either like the Netflix one or one of them. But he was explaining
the movies that made us.
Yeah, like he was explaining how like he didn't want to do another action movie, and the only way he would do it is if there was humor in it. Like, and he's like, that's what we were trying to do, is like add in a lot of humor. So like you were saying, like lines like that where they're just like, you know, they're kind of freestyling shit, and he was just like, yeah, I like it, go with it. You know what I mean? Just go with it. Let's keep going. This is fun. You know what I mean? And then like the idea that, you know, there's no CG in that movie. Zero. There's zero CG in that movie. That when something blew up, that fucking blew the fuck up, dude. It blew. When a helicopter flew through the city, it flew through the fucking city, dude. Like, that is awesome, dude. Like, you can't knock that thing, dude. Like, that, chef's kiss, dude. Beautiful movie.
Favorite scene?
Favorite scene? Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those movies where like, so like all like, it's one of those things where you can't cherry pick like a scene out and say this is what makes the movie. And usually that's kind of like what a favorite scene is like, this is what makes the movie for you, or this is what makes the movie for you. And this one, from start to finish, it is the scene. Like, Josh and I were talking about this a little bit too. Like, what within the first 10 minutes of this movie, it's like you've got the setup.
Foreshadowing everything.
There's like 2 foreshadowings. The thing with the watch, hey, show them the watch. You're like, why the fuck do we care about a watch? We want to know who these people are. Oh. And when she's on the phone and the thing gets flipped down, the photo. I mean, there's just little things like that they were able to set it up so brilliantly. And it was a smooth transition when you finally see it. They don't make it obvious when they set it up, and they don't make it obvious when it's completed at the end. You know what I mean? Like with the watch thing, it's like, oh.
Well, I mean, it's even little things like the Twinkie setup. You know,
when he's getting
Powell's getting Twinkies, and then later he's like
Twinkie.
Basically giving him the ingredients list for what's in it.
Yeah, it's just little things like that.
It ties it together well. I was going to say, for my part, I know that there's too many great scenes to go over, but my personal favorite is when the LAPD tries to make the assault on the building, and the terrorists respond with rocket fire on them and everything, and blowing out the lights, and it's just like, you know, a lot of incredible action. But then John blows up the entire 3rd floor of the building, and everybody's just like, what the fuck? You know, it went to like a different level. And that's the part where it's like a game changer. You realize how much of a a fly in the ointment John McClane is, that kind of
But
thing.
even the way he did the bomb, it's awesome because it's not like he was a bomb technician. Like he literally just was just like, all right, let's put it on the chair, let's fucking shove it down the
A
thing.
computer,
and hope
plug
it
a
works.
C4 and an office chair.
Those
And
old
then their
monitors.
staff. That's all he needed.
Those old monitors, if something hit them, they would have
Yeah.
they would have a
But it was
reaction.
perfect.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the
even
buckets.
The scene, even the scene when they're walking in, when the LAPD's running in, and the one guy pricks his finger on the fucking rose bush. I mean,
Yeah.
literally, it's just it's like, ow, shit, like out of nowhere, you're just like, what the fuck was that? Like, I love it, dude. Like it's again beautiful.
He's about to get lit up, shot in the kneecap, and showered with glass.
But he pricked his thumb, dude. He pricked his thump, man.
You know when they're writing like the accident report or the injury report, they're like, okay, glass, shrapnel, a broken leg, and his hand's cut by a flower.
He's got thorns in his hands. What the fuck was he doing?
We'll just cross this one out. We don't want them to look too bad. You know?
All right, let's get into the buckets. Let's start with Fluff and Stab.
Well, we're getting into that season where all these movies are going to be practically perfect movies, and I give this a 10. Right off, you can't, again, from the start, from the just the opening as the plane's landing, or he's on the plane, and just the dialogue that's happening as the credits are coming through at the beginning of the movie. Even though some of the credits block out some of the characters, you still are hearing the dialogue, and that gets you going and gets it set up, and it's just going to be a mellow. Did we get into? I thought this was supposed to be an action film. This sounds like this is going to be one of those, rom-com type situations. So, and then all of a sudden, shit just hits the fan, and you're just like, oh, here we go. Yeah, this is a 10 out of 10 for me. It's got everything: great acting, great storytelling, perfect music. Even the music is just. It's a theme all on it. It's like a character all on its own, which rarely happens, but it happens in perfect movies when the music is a character on its own too. So it's a 10 out of 10.
Oh, nice.
Here we go.
I want, the desire inside for me is to give this movie a 10. I really do, because I agree 100% with Nate. This is one of those movies where if you're walking by a TV and it's on, the compulsion you have is to sit and finish it. That's the desire that you have. But I've mentioned before on Late to the Party that I reserve 10s for epic films. And as great as Die Hard is, I can't really put it in that category. It does, because the sequential movies in this series don't do it any justice. It doesn't ride high. So this is a great
it's
film.
held back by its sequels.
I think it's held back because it's like a one and done kind of thing. The single movies are hard to give 10s to. That's more for broader scope kind of thing. So I'm going to give this a strong 9.
That's it. I'm getting a divorce.
I want to make it a 10, but I got to give it a strong 9. A strong 9.
I'm going to give you a strong 5.
God, can I watch? That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna watch it. What about you, Bad Neighbor? You're the virgin. You watched it for the first time, so I want to hear what you think, dude.
You know what? I was very entertained through the whole movie. Like I said, I've never seen it before, but I have seen multiple scenes of that movie, so it seems like I have seen it. And that goes to show you that it's a very popular movie. Everybody talks about it every Christmas. It's the top of the fucking story. Oh, is it a Christmas movie or not? Is it or not? It definitely is a Christmas movie, and it has a lot of action into it. I gave it a 9 out of 10. You know, it was really good, but I can't give it a 10. I don't know if any movie.
Blasphemer!
That's it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen watching, I'm about to give it the highest score ever, an 11, to make up for these guys doing the 9s. So I'm just saying that. So that way it's an all-around 10. You know, if you do the math, it works, dude. Oh wait, that didn't. 12. I give it a 12. No, I mean, yeah, there it is. But like, it is it's hard to have a perfect movie in my opinion, and this is one of the closest ways to have a perfect movie. Is this movie? Like it almost hits. Like there are literally tons of things that are kind of like, you know, this wasn't in there, that wasn't in there, but who cares? You know what I mean? You're on an adventure, you're having fun, you're cheering for this guy, you're literally laughing, you're crying, you're shooting, like, oh god, this is gonna happen, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, to me, 10 all day, 10 all day.
It's a 10 for me as well. There you have it. And let's see, we're gonna take a look.
Lethal
What is-
Weapon's winning. Lethal
Is
Weapon
it?
is winning. I don't know, but I'm just having
I forgot to
positive
vote.
thoughts.
I gotta go vote.
Right
I need to
now,
vote.
we're not done yet. It finishes at the live stream, but it looks like Lethal Weapon's at a 47. Christmas Vacation is second at 33 with 15 votes in. So there's a shot for National Lampoons to be able to come in on that one.
But you know
Okay,
what?
it's voted. It's 50% now.
Yeah.
That being said, thanks for watching episode 99 of goodness gracious, Late to the Party. And next week we're going to be coming back with episode 100. Looks like so far it's either National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation or Lethal Weapon. Either way, we're in for a good time. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.
Peace and chicken grease.
All right.